Hi everyone. So, guys, it was really cold today. I live in Chicago, and Chicago Novembers are freezing. At least it was really windy today. I came home and made a nice cup of cappuccino, and it's marzipan flavored, and it smells good too. So what I'm gonna do today is a murder mystery book tag. I I got into mystery and interest for books and like whodunits and things like that. And I just like standalones. I want to look more into standalones, not so much series, because I just want everything to be resolved in one book. I don't want to have to read a book that succeeds or precedes another book. I'm not good with series actually. I try to stick to standalones and this tag was created by MarisaReadsaLot, and the video is right down there in the description. It's the original video for it, and she made it seem like the first question is just as generic as "What's your favorite mystery?" and then after that you start creating like your own episode of Law and Order, which I've never ever seen an episode of that, but I have seen the pilot of How to Get Away with Murder. So, but I know court-based shows aren't my thing. I apologize if you hear my dog upstairs. But anyway, so I'm gonna do that for you. I thought it would be kind of fun. So here we go. Okay. So like I said, the first question is, what's your favorite mystery? And I chose The Heiresses. I can't really say it's my favorite because, like I said, I'm starting to get into mystery. And I mentioned this before. This is a standalone mystery. Everything is resolved in here, um, and it's about this woman. Um, she she's jumps out of the 34th level of her office in Tribeca, and then the tagline, not the tagline, but part of the description says, "Was it suicide or murder?" And I was really intrigued by that. I wanted to see what that was like. So I read it, and I actually thought it was kind of funny too. It's by I'm covering it, but it's by the same author who wrote those Pretty Little Liars books. But I never saw that show, and I never read the books. But I figured it. They're meant to be humorous, and this was a really funny book. Well, not really funny, but it was comical. It was comical because it had its lighthearted moments, but it was a serious book, and I liked it because it took place in New York, and I love New York. It um, revolves around high society families, and it's a good read if you just want a standalone mystery. So this is technically part of the first question, but I didn't read it. But this is what made me get into the mystery genre. But this is The Wife, the Maid, and the Mistress by Ariel Lawhan. I'm still not sure. But this is like a whodunit. You know, it's what it sounds like. This because this man. It takes place in 1930s New York. You know, in a jazzy setting, and um, he goes missing or he's murdered. I'm not exactly sure, but it's what it sounds like. Was it his wife? Was it the maid, or was it his mistress? And this is the kind of thing Agatha Christie would have written, because it's like a who done it. I'm really interested, and that's why I like mysteries, because I'm interested in finding that out, and how mystery books draw you in too. So this I didn't read this, but I'm really looking forward to reading this. This is on my to read list, and once I get through it, I'm going to tell you what I think of it. So question 2 is, who would be your victim? Who your murder victim? And this can kind of be anybody. It doesn't really necessarily have to be characters you hate or that you didn't like or couldn't stand it. It could be any character, because it could be someone you like, and you know, it's like, oh, they're dead, and it could be somewhat shocking too. Like it can be surprising. So I chose someone I like, and that's Win Van Meter from Seating Arrangements. Kind of like the family in the heiresses, this guy, he's the patriarch of the family, and it centers around a wedding, and he he was a good character actually, and he's the character that when if I were to see him dead, I would be shocked. I really would. He actually did get into an accident in the book. He got run over. He was on his bike and he got run over by a golf cart. And I am sorry if this sounds like a spoiler. I don't mean to be reveal any secret here, but I thought he was gonna die. It turns out he was okay. He was fine. He didn't die. But that's what I thought when I read this, when I read that part, and it did like kind of make me nervous a little bit. So yeah, it was a good read, and he was a good character too. He could be like the main character, but it does center around two people in the family. So he's one of them, and it was I liked him. It was a good read. So question three is, what world would your crime happen in? And again, it could be anything. It could be like that book I told you about. This here I'll show it to you again, but it's this one. It takes place in the 1930s. And ordinarily I would be drawn away by that, but it was a whodunit, and I kind of wanted to look into it, so it got me interested. Um, but I honestly I chose the modern world, like contemporary, modern day, just because it's simpler. Cases can get done easier, um, and the trials could be figured out easily. So question three is, who would be your lead detective? And I chose Mitchell Grammaticus from The Marriage Plot. Well, first of all, let's just talk about his name. That's just one of the greatest names ever. That's actually kind of why I got this book. I just loved that name, Mitchell Grammaticus. Um, he's he's a real intellect. He's a college student in this, but he's smart. He's intelligent, and he's not really a crime or a criminal justice major or anything. He's a literature major. Um, but um, he's just a smart guy, and I figure that even though he doesn't really know much about criminology, he would still be able to um, solve a case. Um, and I haven't read this book in a long time, so I don't remember if I liked it or not. But maybe I'll get to it soon. I mean, really, I got it just because I liked that character's name. So that's really the reason why I got it. Mm, interesting. I never had marzipan before. So question five is, who would be your detective's sidekick? And I'm gonna say Adam Col. Come on, Carrie. I'm gonna say Adam Colby from Forever Friday. He he's a guy who he was also trying to. He wasn't solving a case, but he was trying to find some answers that he wanted to. Anyway, he what he was doing was trying to, because he came across these postcards, so he wanted some family history. Um, because he was also working on a little bit of a informal case. It wasn't even a case. It was just trying to get some answers to things. So he was a good character too. He would make a good assistant, sidekick or something like that. And oh god, this book was one of the saddest books ever. Um, and if it's not relating to Adam, but for other characters not involving Adam. And but still, I think Adam he would be a good assistant, and he can be able to help my Mitchell out on the case. Okay, so question six is the last question, and it's, who would be your culprit? and this this can be a character you don't have to like. Um, like that first question is who's your victim. That doesn't have to be someone you don't like. It could be anybody. But this person, yeah, this I suggest this is someone who you don't like, and I chose Alice from Maine, and I'm glad I got the book upright this time too. But this is a woman. I mean, I would suspect her. I really would suspect her. She's horrible. Um, I mean, she is an alcoholic, so she's not like a she doesn't frequent bars or anything like that. She just um, but she's not that kind of alcoholic. But she is a heavy drinker, and I would suspect her. I suspect that she if she were not really I don't say drunk, but if she's had too much wine maybe or some too much of something, I would suspect her flat out, um, and I would because yeah I don't like her. She could easily she didn't commit any crimes in this. There was nothing involving that when it comes to this one, but in general as the character, yes, I would suspect her because I don't like her. So that was the murder mystery book tag. Again, I it was created by MarisaReadsaLot, and the video for the original video is right down there in the description. And if you have any standalone mysteries that you want to recommend me, please feel free to put them down right there in the comments, and I'll I'll look into them and see if they're stuff I want to read. I can't because I do want to look at like who done it stuff. That's what's intriguing me. So yeah. Um, yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week. This might get a little getting used to. I've had cappuccino before, but I never really had marzipan before. I don't even know what marzipan is. I just... Yeah, this is alright. Not bad.